I think you'll be fine.
It works. I just have to pull my lip back a little bit. I can't put my whole mouth in. What? Are you ready?
Yes, right.
Okay. Oh, you're ready. You're an asshole for that. That's why you were looking at me like that. Okay. Very well. Good morning.
Good morning, friend. You
Why
be
you
having all the
always-
energy.
Right. Like, I'm just like, why do I feel like I'm on sending you like at 5? Trying to catch up.
Because it's funny.
Good morning. It's actually morning-ish. It's a beautiful day.
It is.
In the secluded.
Yes, we're back at our secluded location in the DMV.
In the DMV. It's not raining today. It's a nice day. It looks like it's going to be a little sunny.
So, friend, what have you been up to? Oh, how was your Memorial weekend?
Memorial Day weekend was...
Because that's when we're recording it.
It was cool. I mean, I saw you, Sunday?
Yes, you did.
Sunday,
We saw each
we
other
did a
Sunday.
little barbecue. It always feels like it's so long, though. I don't think I did anything. Like, I feel like a lot of people, so we're still in the COVID-19 situation, and I feel like people are still just out here living like nothing is going on.
They're living their best life.
All of them. And I'm just like, okay, it's cool. Like, it's cool, I guess, but I'm just not interested. Like, excuse me, I feel like people are really just in the streets. I saw Atlanta had like streets were full of folks. I feel like Chicago had some stuff going on. The DMV got stuff going on. I mean, I don't see it because I stay in my little neck of the woods, mind my own business, but it was a lot.
I mean, everywhere had a little bit going on. I mean, the memes are out there, like, just because America decided that COVID-19 isn't a thing anymore, like, people are just paying it.
I just want to know when. Who decided and who put it out there and, like, who gave y'all clearance? And do y'all think y'all are, like, exempt from this shit? Like,
yeah, I mean, we're now in May. No, I'm not saying I do, but I'm just saying like we're now in May, and people and how I'm looking at it is people probably feel like, okay, if it started off in March, I didn't catch it, no one in my house caught it, so I'm good. You know, I can go out and have fun. I'm not going to catch it. Like,
but all these other people. So
yes.
my mindset is the people that are out, somebody had it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like give a 1 out of 10, 1 out of 20. Somebody had it and maybe recovered from it, but I don't feel comfortable with overly exposing myself to
because you don't
population.
know.
Yeah.
Because you
and
just
then I
don't
was
know.
I don't know if we talked about it, but I was sick like on the
Yeah, we talked about it.
Yeah. So I mean,
but it's just like the hairdresser that I forgot what state it was. That
the store.
No, she was a hairdresser and she went to work, but she was showing symptoms, basically like she was sick, and exposed like 91 people.
Take your ass home.
But that's the thing, like if it was a regular time, if this was not going on, if you had the flu, if you had the common cold, you would not go to work.
Right.
You just wouldn't do, even with allergies.
So my thing
sometimes
is,
people don't even go to work.
Why is it okay now? Like,
right, exactly.
Why if in normal circumstances, like if I'm sick, I'm not going to work because I don't feel like it. Number one, and number two, there is a population of people that I could potentially. I don't want to say infect because that's such an ugly word, but.
Pass it along to.
Pass it to, and no, who's trying to do that? No. So I feel like now more than ever, if you get a little. I ain't going nowhere. Throat start, I'm not going nowhere. My head start hurting a little bit, no. I'm going to sit my ass right at home. So
it's very sad but true at the same time.
Yeah, I think that I've been good with the little small circle of individuals that I've been around. A buddy, well, had a little get together. And as much as I wanted to be there, I was like, no. Because I haven't been around you. You've been around people that have had it. I'm not.
No.
Yeah,
no.
I feel like you got traces in the corners of your house. It has nothing to do with you. But I just, you know what I'm saying? I might bump into something or someone, and it just migrate into my
Stand up against the wall.
Yeah, and be like, oh, there I go. No, nothing. Come home and get in the bed with it, and then wake up feeling like, yeah, no, thank you.
So during this time. 3 funny stories. Well, like 2.5. So during this time, like we went Went out to the market, and
who is we? Because I know who you're talking about, but they might think that you.
Okay,
and
that's fine.
To the market.
So we went to the market, and you have to wear a mask for every establishment that you go to. So in the car, we don't drive around with our mask on. I feel as if that's just it's silly, it's pointless, it does not serve a purpose to ride around with my mask on. So we're pulling into the parking lot, we're looking for a parking spot, and this random lady walks past the car and she was just like, mask. We was like, what? Like trying to say like, what are you saying? Down? I mean, they were down a little bit because we had to get like a ticket to get into the garage or whatever like that. So
y'all shop at the fancy grocery store. Look, Safeway Giant ain't got that. But okay.
So the window was what? She was like, "Where's your mask? You don't have a mask on."
Karen, you don't get out of my face.
No, it was your own kind. It was your own people. Kind. No.
Look over there.
No. she was African American and deep breath, and it's just like, okay. And I just held up my mask like it's right here. Like, mind your business.
Exactly.
I'm in my car. Like,
yeah.
Period. Like, why are you in my car worried about? And if I did not have one, were you going to give me one? Were you going to tell me to go home? Like, what were you going to do? Like,
was she just a regular?
She was just a regular customer. She was going to stand in the line to get into the market. So it's just like,
at that point, had you been behind me or had you been behind her, I could see her saying something potentially.
Yeah, I agree with that. However, it's like, I think we're at the point where we know we need to have a mask on.
Right.
And like, I can't go into the supermarket if I don't have a mask on. They're not going to let me in. So obviously, I have to have one with me. Like, again,
let me get out the car first.
Okay.
She just wanted something to say.
She did.
So along that, real quick, this is a quick story, but it just blew me for 2 seconds. I was at 7-Eleven because I love 7-Eleven. If y'all don't, do you know about the points?
Yes, I know about the points. We're the one that told you about the points.
I have an obsession with the 7-Eleven points. So I went to 7-Eleven because I have an addiction right now, and I can't tell a story without giving all the small details. I have a small addiction to corn nuts, and so 7-Eleven has corn nuts. So I went in there to get some corn nuts or whatever.
I'm gonna look up corn nuts.
And a bottle of water. Because I needed a coconut water to go with this smoothie thing. Anyway, so I go into 7-Eleven, I throw my mask on, and this Caucasian male walks in, and so when he goes in, he has one of those, it's like a headband kind of, it's a mask, essentially. But it looks like a bandana, but it's not a bandana. It's a stretchy one. Mm-hmm. So he pulled it over his face as he went in, because I went in first and he came in after me. I wasn't really paying much attention to him, but I noticed him, whatever. So then as he's leaving, I wasn't paying that much attention to him, but this African-American woman comes in and she was like, why the fuck y'all let him in here with no mask on? And I'm just thinking to myself, I know I saw that man with a mask on. So I'm assuming that he probably pulled it down as he was exiting. But she was going off on the whole story, like, why y'all let him in here? Y'all, they already think that they're privileged and everything, which to an extent I believe, because I think that people do have some people have a little bit of I have a little bit more than you. So it just kind of blew me though, because I was like, okay, ma'am, when he got outside, that kind of changes things, because I feel like when you leave an establishment, you may not be, granted, he was obviously within 6 feet of people, but he could have easily gone out, took his mask off and been about his business. But for this crazy lady to come in here popping off, I was just like, this is why.
People are anxiety all time high about it.
I think that you just have to maintain some sense of, as my mother would call it, couth. Like, have a little bit about yourself. Like, I just feel like...
I mean, in my opinion, it's just worry about yourself and what you are going to do instead of worrying about everyone else and what they're doing. Ma'am, did you have your mask on? Did you wear your gloves? That's all you need to worry about. Don't worry about what the next person is doing. You can only worry about yourself. But I also... like, when people, like, their anxiety and it's being high about this and everything like that, my only concern is, what was your anxiety during flu season? When people were just sick and you were just touching and in large groups and doing everything.
Sanitizing.
You didn't care about anything at all. So it's just like, what, like, granted, yes, this is a little bit different, but it's like, you didn't have those precautions then. Don't try to heighten your precautions now.
And then I feel like just imposing it upon, like, the whole story was just like, what the fuck? Like,
right, exactly.
I feel like it was about, something was got to go down. I was like, let me get my shit and get out of here.
Not at the
look, I need these corn nuts real quick and this water.
Are these corn nuts?
Yes. So, You're mad. Those are... Which kind are those? I can't see.
I don't know. I don't know.
Oh, those are original. I don't eat the original ones. I eat the barbecue.
They
and
just
then
look like corn.
Picante. They're corn nuts. It's like a chip. Potato chip. Corn nut.
Okay, but a potato...
I got some if you want to try.
No, I don't want to try.
Got a stash.
Maybe next time, but right now, no.
They're good.
Second story. I know, right? Let me tell my little stories. In Walmart, the ghetto. So the background about it is I was like, okay, I'm gonna go to Walmart. I'm leaving work, and I was like, oh, this one is in DC. I should be fine. I got to drive through Bethesda. This one is in DC Northwest. I said, oh, this should be good. No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Walmart is Walmart.
And that's what no, this looked like it was. And so I went to self-checkout, and I guess this Walmart sold alcohol, like wine and stuff. So I picked up a bottle of wine. I was like, oh, this is different, So let me grab this. But of course it requires ID to verify who you are. So I'm just standing there, and I see the young guy, that's working self-checkout. So I'm like, hey, check me out. Yeah.
Catch me out.
Homeboy came over on his phone. Like, okay.
Breathing hard.
I mean, he was breathing hard, but I'm taking that it was more so for the conversation that he was having and not with me. And he's like punching at his on the screen, but he's still, mind you, still texting at the same time. And to the point, like, I let him go to the register. I'm standing behind him, I'm reading the conversation. Like, because he's in the full blown, so I'm just reading, like, what you talking about?
No.
I'm being nosy. And then I got low-key offended because the question came up, is the customer over 40? And he hit yes. Sir, you don't know me.
He was just like, yes, because he didn't want to push no more. But
right,
he
wanted to get back to whatever his conversation.
That irks my spirit when you are a customer
But
service
I mean,
person.
it's your
Job.
You're working at Walmart. You're young, and honestly, I wasn't offended by it. It was just like, okay, like, it is what
I wouldn't
it
have
is.
been personally offended, but irritated. I don't like that. I don't get that kind of service at Target.
I should have just took my ass home and went. That's what I should have did. But I was just like,
because Target is the Chick-fil-A.
You know what it sold me on? It was just like 10 minutes away. I was like, okay, I can make just a quick trip and then go home.
You paid for it. You paid for it.
Did. And then the other story was like, I felt like squirrels were like trying to like have me cause an accident one morning. Like,
okay. Glad this ain't on video. Okay.
So I take the back roads to work, and they wind and turn and everything like that. Going around one corner is the squirrel going zigzag in the middle of the street. So like, I'm gonna hit you because I'm not gonna swerve my car for you because you want to play.
Right.
So
they say when you get shot at, you gotta run in zigzag so that you don't get shot. So maybe.
So I just drove, and he ended up getting out the way, and then randomly a second squirrel a few feet in front of me just fell out of the tree. I was like, what the hell?
Fell in front of your car?
Yes. Oh. I mean, it was a few feet, so I could see it and like fall out, and he's like on his back or whatever.
One of them squirrels would have got hit because.
That one that fell almost got hit. That was a straight way, so I could like go around him. But the other one, not so lucky.
So we have ducks near my job. Yeah, but they have the right of way, and I feel like they know it instinctively. They know it because that mother duck or whatever.
Oh, they'd be taking their time walking across the street.
But so that happened to me once going to work. It was like a trail of them, and I was just like, it was cute for the moment. So I was like, oh, okay, this is cute because I wasn't in a rush. This morning, I had to go in and do some stuff, and it was very early. Deer everywhere on the base. So the thing is, irritating. Deer make me nervous because while they always run away when you come towards them, my fear is that they're going to look at me and be like, nah, I got you, and they're going to come at me. So I'm driving, and there was one on the side of the road eating the grass or whatever. So when my light shined on their face, they looked up. And so I was like, shit.
Just blow your horn.
No. I don't want to make note because I don't know. I just be nervous that they're going to come at me. So this one literally followed me. So I slowed down just in case you want to make any moves. Like you want to go dart across the road, go ahead. Like just don't dart into my car. as I go, I felt like she hooty-hooed and called everybody else because like 3 or 4 all the way up the road. I was like, this is some bullshit. And this is probably why I don't need to bring my ass to work this early in the morning because I'm going to get into an accident with a fucking deer. But them ducks are irritating when I'm in a rush. But otherwise, I don't care because I feel like, you do have the right of way. But squirrels, I'd have tumbled over the both of them. Like, I'm not, because I feel like squirrels be trying it. Like, I feel like, do you ever feel like when they're getting ready to cross the road, they'll like dart out, come back and dart again?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you playing Russian roulette. If you die, it's on you, boo. You knew what it was because you went and stopped and came back. No, you knew what it was. So, yeah, interesting. So, nothing else is really going on with me. I know that we had talked about my whole, what do we call it? I'm going to call it my, damn it. What's the word we used for the dating?
What do you mean for like the app?
No.
Oh, sorry.
No. Not social distancing. Ella.
Wait, you're dating? Oh, yeah. Virtual dating?
Virtual dating. I couldn't
even
think of
you couldn't think of that.
I couldn't. So, that's over. Like, done. Finished. Over.
We'll dissect that at another time.
Okay. It's over.
Okay.
It's over.
First of all, the people didn't even know you were virtual dating. So we gotta give them back. We did talk about it?
We talked about it. Last time you said, are you dating? I said, yeah, I'm dating someone.
Oh,
and if
yeah.
someone else was to try to date me right now, I would let them know that I was dating someone.
Oh, yeah.
Now I'm not.
Now we gotta give a story of what virtual dating is and everything.
Virtual bae
is
DONE.
Okay.
Done. But we can talk about, like you said, we can
we'll talk about
that.
It. Okay.
It's not, yeah.
Because it sounds deep.
A lot comes with that.
All right. So, recently you shared with me that video of the young lady getting her hair braided and inside the person's house. Do you want to give a little backstory?
So I was on Instagram scrolling. And I saw it was a 3-part video of this young lady who was doing hair out of her home, and apparently the lady's hair, we're gonna call the lady that was doing hair Keisha, and we're gonna call the girl in the chair Shantae. So Keisha is doing Shantae hair, and kind of like you said earlier when you was reading over the boy's shoulder, Keisha is looking over Shantae's shoulder, and Shantae is texting her girlfriend about whatever. And apparently it was about Keisha. Keisha felt like it was about her. Mm-hmm. And also Shantae was trying to get her girlfriend to bring her some more drugs. I think Xanax or something like that.
Is that what that stood for?
I think so.
I couldn't figure that out. I don't do drugs. Yeah. I was like, what the hell is Xanax? I said, that's some new shit.
Okay. So
let me look up Xanax.
Keisha put on, she did, I think she went Facebook Live.
One of them.
Yeah, did this whole rant about, and
she went through the emotions.
It had to be 2 or 3 days. But I just was, I was taken aback by the fact that you're doing hair, you call this a business, and then you want to Facebook Live somebody. And she said she did it for her protection, which I think is bullshit, because if you wanted to protect yourself, you would have just simply asked her to leave and come back another time, is how I would have proceeded. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's not me, and I understand. But throwing it on Facebook Live, and I didn't want to embarrass her, but all you're doing is talking about how she's on drugs, she's so young, and you just want to help her. You're not helping the situation by allowing some druggie. You think she's high to sit at your house, and what if my child was here? She just went on and on and on. And it was just unnerving to me. One, you're a woman who is talking about this is your business, and you're professional. Not at all. Like, if I was a woman or had a daughter or a friend, I would not say go see Keisha, because Keisha is not, no ma'am. Mm-hmm. You might be on video.
She looked like she did a good job though.
That's what I kept. So I did send it to a couple of people, and they was like, well, she did good. I mean, she did good. But I ain't gonna do all of that. It was just a lie, and I just felt like, damn, like, to me, again, black business owners, not all, I mean, business owners in general, I think you have to really stand behind your stuff and be as professional. And just in that moment, like I said, I feel like if her intent was to help her, there was a way to do that without it being on Facebook Live and this whole thing. Because then what happened was she got clapback. and then she had to defend herself.
And then she broke down.
And then she broke down crying and all of that. It was just so much. It was just so much, and it was so avoidable. Is how I looked at it. I was just like, ma'am. You did you shot yourself in the foot. I do hear, and then she's getting into it with somebody else about, girl, ma'am, no, you if you want to be on reality TV, do that.
My whole thing was, you put it on Facebook Live because you felt as if you were going to be right in a situation. You felt as if you were going to be vindicated, and what you were doing was the right thing to do.
Right.
However, what we all witnessed was when you started with Shantae.
Shantae was calm. I like.
Okay, Shantae was very calm. Shantae apologized. Shantae said, "No, that's not it." Whatever the case may be, Shantae apologized at the end of the day, and she was like, "I'm sorry." And Shantae even said, "I can come back. Do you want to stop? I apologize.
Do you want me to leave?"
Right? Exactly. She said, "No, I'm gonna finish your hair." And my thing was, it seemed like Keisha would be like, "Okay, it's dead." Read the comments.
It stayed in her phone.
And then went back to, oh, what if my children here? And like it's like she kept like egging her on and on and on.
She kept pushing buttons.
And it's just like, and then she finally gonna kick her out. Ma'am, I asked you to leave 20 minutes ago. Exactly. And you kept me here. And now it's my fault. And then it's like, and they also, Keisha admitted that, oh, we smoke weed, but I don't do pills. And I didn't understand with the correlation of, if my children were here, what if your children were there? What was going to happen?
Exactly, because she was sitting there getting her hair braided. It wasn't like she was. Well, she did.
Well, she did prior to. She had to calm her down, but we don't know that
exactly.
And at this point, we don't even believe you.
Shantae was in that chair chilling. She probably was high on some shit, like for real.
But I can see Shantae popping a pill to calm down because the braids look a little tight.
Yeah.
So, but it was a mess.
I don't think she was causing any type of issue. I think that, again,
She wanted an issue.
Keisha wanted something to be something on Facebook Live, and I didn't do it on my phone because I have no memory. Okay, ma'am. I mean, if that's what it is, that's what it is. But at the end of the day, I felt like, again, there was a better way to handle it. One, and two, I don't know who's going to you. I mean, somebody is. Because somebody knows that she does good work, apparently.
Yeah.
But
she get other clients. And then you talked about her whole drug issue, allegedly. But then you were like, oh, I'll do it on this day. I'll call you when I finish with my other two clients. Like, why would I come back?
I'm not coming back.
Like, why would I come back?
But then what killed me was she said if you talk to her clients that do smoke weed, she allows them to smoke weed.
Right, and she airs out her house.
That don't, she airs it out, and they'll tell you it don't smell like drugs. Ma'am, this is not a business. This is, to me, it showed so many signs of this is not anywhere that
and then she's like, I'm going to save my money and get a shop and everything like that. You should have done that. Just this young lady decided that she wants to take pills and smoke weed. That is her business.
Exactly.
Your only business is to sit here and braid my hair, and that's
and get out my phone. I thought that was very unprofessional.
Yeah. Don't read my phone. And then she's like, yeah, I saw it right there. I'm reading the messages.
You mean your girlfriend outside? She outside. Listen, ma'am.
No, I would have heard her pull off from my house. I don't have.
She was trying it. I think that, again, she wanted it to be something else. And it turned, like I said, people came back at her, and she was just kind of like, wait, I got to defend myself. No, ma'am, you should have just never done it in the first place.
Facts.
Okay. So, moving right along from that.
Whew, the ghetto.
Okay.
You took me there, friend.
Listen, I wonder where I'm going to go back and see where, well, no, I don't. I was going to see where exactly she was, but it doesn't matter.
All right. So, today we're going to talk about those one-night stands that end up being a walk of shame.
Okay.
Ooh. Let's see. You gave us a definition. An instance. This is for walk of shame. An instance of walking back home on the day after an unplanned sexual encounter, typically dressed in the same clothes as the previous evening. Which is bad, cause especially if you came from the club, bitch.
Well, that thing is, yeah. So that typically dress, because there are instances I feel like if you did come from the club, just in my head, a one night stand, I'm gonna need something else to change into. Like I'm gonna need a t-shirt, a pair of shorts, something, because if I'm coming from the club, I'm hopping my ass in the shower before it goes down.
It depends. It depends on people. Let's see. And then you have, why is it called a one night stand? It originated in the showbiz world in the late 19th 19th century where performers would travel around and do a single performance of a play, concert, or whatever. Each stop was called a stand. Most performances happen at night, so one. Oh, that's interesting.
Right. It started from something completely different. But I believe that the artists were probably
mind blown on that one. Wow.
A little different. A little history.
Okay, yeah, I like that.
Ding-a-ling-a-ling. So the one night stand, so my thing was, my first thought was, because I feel like one night stand that lead into Walk of Shame. We kind of had this conversation. I feel like a one night stand doesn't necessarily go into a Walk of Shame.
You have to stay the night.
Right. Okay. Into the morning.
Yeah.
Okay. But how do we even get to the one night stand?
I don't think there's a way to say how we get to the one night stand because it's a random act. It's something that happened out of the blue.
Right, but I'm saying for you, back in your day.
My heyday.
Hey. What would be your, I guess, determining factor that this is going to be a one night? Like, I'm going to go with this. Or do you find yourself in the moment and then boom, that's what it is? Like we've been out. I'm saying in general, we've all been out.
I mean, it's hormones. You're horny, and you just want to be, in essence, scratch that itch. And so you're going to go through, find, okay, who do I feel as if, one, is up, two, would be the most willing to participate. I mean, you may send off 2 or 3 messages, and
I don't see that.
It depends. You gotta rank them. Okay, this is who I want. You second, and then if they don't answer, I'm not going to leave this night defeated.
Fred.
So I'm going to send it to you too. But usually, I mean, they're going to respond.
To me, those are not one night stands because those are.
So you're speaking of like, I just met you in a bar type of situation?
That's the kind of one night stand. There have been one night stands where
a hookup type of situation.
I'm speaking in general, not for self. But I feel like there's one night stands that happen where okay, we've been around each other, we've hung out, and then we finally do this. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I get that.
Yeah, that would be a one night stand.
But I feel like sometimes the one night stands originate from being out and about, and then at the end of the night, it's just like you've been vibing with this person. It could be a house party, it could be a club or whatever. And then it's like, okay,
how do
where
you
going?
decide? I mean, it's 9 times out of 10, I'm sure like liquor's involved. Yeah. We're going to put it there. I mean, because, a little liquor make you a little horny.
Okay.
And
dark.
How you're going to commit because the liquor then told you and your sexual parts that we got to do this tonight or like you're going to be home bad. So you just in your mind just like, oh, I'm committing to it, and whoever you've been vibing with at this party, at this club, you like, so what's up with you tonight?
Right.
And if they're like, oh, I'm down, and
I feel like that's the norm. I feel like that's the norm. So I feel like in my experience when I was in that space, it would be definitely a situation where I would be out and it would be somebody that the vibe was there. Mm-hmm. And then it was like, I kind of don't want to leave because we are vibing. But then for me, I'm a processor. So I think things through a lot, sometimes a little too much. So my thought process is, if this is just a physical thing, am I okay with that? Am I okay with this person?
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot that goes, because I just feel like, especially if it's in the same area. Like, I'll give an example of one time I was out. This was years ago when the Edge was open. Ooh. So this was that long ago. Mm-hmm. We connected. It was a situation where we had seen each other. We had always spoken when we were out, but we never took it from that space. So it was a club thing. Like, we would see each other out, and that was it. And then it was like, so what's up? Like, this particular night, it was like, what's up? And I was just like, you know what? In my head, I was like, okay, we've been doing this back and forth thing, but I really don't feel like it's going to be anything more than if it is just this. So I'm okay with that. So it was like, that's what it was, and that's what it was.
Okay.
And so I feel like for me, again, I have to... So for... I guess the question...
You're processing a whole lot. For a one-night stand, for me, back in the day, it would be, okay, like, you hot, I'm hot, like, what's up? And like, let's do it. And that's it. And because I already know, like, this is going to be sexual and either
So you don't think about the aftermath, like what happens next week when I see you?
If I see you,
if
I see you, we're probably not even. I'm probably not even going to save your number. I'm probably going to ignore you after this. So a one night stand was intended to be this. If I wanted more out of this, I would have told you no. Like, we wouldn't have met in this setting. We would not have met at a drunk night and now let's just go home and have sex type of situation if I wanted to do more with you. But here we are, and this is what it's going to be.
Okay, do you think that people plot on one night stand? Like, do you think that there have been
I go out with my intention that I'm going to get laid tonight?
Yeah. Sure. And maybe not with maybe with someone. Have you ever felt
I know so-and-so going to be at this party?
Right. Like, I know, Ramont going to be there, so I'm going to try to da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah, absolutely.
See, I don't have...
I mean, I'm sure you have not done it, but...
And I don't think I've been plotted on.
You wouldn't know.
I wouldn't. But I feel like if I don't know. I think I think too much, so that's
you do. You think you're thinking a whole lot.
I do, because I just be like, listen, because I don't want to bump in. Like my thing is bumping into you and it just being like this awkward thing. Well,
okay, it's a simple hey, what's up? What's going on? And
I mean, I know how to move, but I just be like, I don't know. That's why I don't do it much.
For you think.
God. I'm just saying.
I just didn't know people thought about it.
I think about the after. So then that leads to the whole walk of shame. So I've had a walk of shame that was...
I got an embarrassing one. Oof.
Mine wasn't so... I wouldn't say it was embarrassing. So the same situation back when the Edge was open. We went back to his place and everything went down, and then... The thing about it was I fell asleep, and I don't like to sleep at anyone else's house. So that was kind of one of those things where when you wake up, you be like, well, when I woke up, I was like, where the hell am I at, first of all? And then when I realized I got my bearings of where I was, I'm looking at this mug like, I gotta go. I don't want to wake you up. I don't want to do too much. I just want to go. So I got up. Where you going? Hold up. Now I'm nervous because I'm trying to creep out your spot, and now you looking at me like, what am I doing? And all of that. So it was just very, So then I'm leaving and crossing the living room to the door. And there's like 2 or 3 people in the living room laid out. And I'm just like, this is a whole thing. Like, when we got there, it was just us. And I'm leaving, and it's like a house full of people. And I was just like, shit.
Was this on Pride?
I don't remember. It was a while ago. I don't know. Okay. But it was just way too many people. And I was just like, what the fuck? And so then it was like, all right then. But everybody's like, all right then, see. No. Like, I know. I was like.
Everybody say goodbye to you.
They were like, I said, to me, it was embarrassing. It was just like, what the fuck? And it was just like, okay. And then it's like people, you recognize them from the night before, and it's just like, okay, they know that you ain't if this is your homie, you know that I'm not a regular. Like, you ain't seen me before.
And they're going to talk about you as soon as you shut that door. So like, they're going to be like, bitch.
Do you know?
Okay, bitch, you know him, bitch. Pull up his social, not even social media back then. Like, bitch, who that? You know they talked about you.
Exactly.
And you got in that car and just drove home.
Got some breakfast and went home. Sure did. But it was that feeling of, again, I don't know. I think it was the people that were there that made it feel like, okay. Like, and like I said, when I walked out, I didn't know anybody was there. I thought it was just, hey, all right, I'm out. And it was just like, oh, hey, good morning. Okay. Good night. Like, I'm leaving. So, yeah.
I'm about to top your story.
I'm sure. I'm sure. I'm just saying, friend. Like, I feel like we're different. As much as we're like, we are different. And
go ahead. Chilling. Back in my day, against better judgment, and this is more of a walk of shame, not a one night stand.
Okay.
This person I had already had dealings with before, so it was one of those text message, and I got a response. Mm-hmm. Against better judgment. What?
Wait, because I got questions. Now you have mentioned you have 1, 2, 3. Like, this is who I want. Where did this person?
Oh no, this was just this was just the one. It was like out of this, or I'm
going to right. Okay.
So against better judgment because he had moved back home.
With family.
Right.
Okay. Ooh.
Right. Exactly.
Right. The setup. Okay. Already.
So, arrive at night, whatever. The next day. Because I step over, comfortable.
You know where you're at. Right.
I know who I'm with. I don't know where I'm at.
Okay.
Say.
Okay. I'm following.
Mom comes in the room in the morning.
Wait. Okay. You know I need a story. So, you in the bed?
Yes.
Sleep? Or you just oh, you sleep?
Yeah. Well, you know how you can't sleep when you're not in your own bed type of situation. Mm-hmm. So you're like there, but you're like, okay, I'm not ready to get up yet.
Right.
So, Mom goes off.
Oh, wait. So, oh boy was...
Yeah. I mean, he had to wake up. I mean, she's yelling. No. Like, and it was pretty much, who the fuck is this? I told you don't bring nobody in my house. You so fucking disrespectful. This why all that.
What do you do?
Friend, I laid there and shut my fat ass up. No! So I'm just laying there like, please let this be over. Like, let this end so I can leave. Because she's at the bedroom door, like, yelling. So if I get up and go, I gotta brush past her. What bitch want? I can't fight your mama. Like,
did she say anything to you?
No, she was just like fussing and cussing at him, going off. And so like I'm just like, fuck, this isn't bro. So
I would have closed my eyes. I'm asleep.
Bitch, I can still hear it.
I'm asleep. When you close your eyes, your ears go off too, bitch. I'm done.
So at the end of that argument, like she walks away, go back to her room or whatever the case may be. I said, get my shit. I got to go.
That ain't even no walk of shame.
That is.
That is a wake in shame. Like, what?
Because I didn't know she was going to come out the room, pass me in the hallway.
So, like, you left? Like, how did you leave? What do
you mean?
Like, you just, like...
Left. I got to go.
Did he say anything?
Try to. I'll text you later.
Like, don't text me. Don't text me. Your mama. Is this on your mama bill? Like, what? So, you didn't see her on your way out?
No.
Did you see anybody on your way out?
No, the neighborhood was empty. I just got in my car and I went home.
Oh. So did y'all link up again?
No.
Okay.
Because I'm done.
That's a lot. I couldn't and wouldn't. So this wasn't a walk of shame. This was a... Do we want to call it a one night stand? It's along the same line. So... when I was, again, I hate to sound like a prude, but it's the truth. This was like
You're a prude.
Kind of. But I'm saying, like, I don't do all this crazy stuff now. Back in the day, I had to be 19, 20. So around that time, I wasn't engaging in sexual intercourse type stuff. Like, I wasn't doing all of that. But sexual things, experimentations, if you want to call it, that's what I was doing. So... me and some friends had met some older cats, and, I called myself liking one and went over there. Now, mind you, I don't think I had my own car at the time. I didn't. I used my mother's car, went over there, right. Went over there, and we're just messing around, it was really just talking and getting to know. And then it was like a little bit of fooling around. So I think I had taken off maybe a shirt, and that was about it, and maybe my shoes. Then we hear a click, click, and I was like, I didn't think nothing of it. I was like, okay, well, I don't, you know when you're not...
You're click, click, like a gun click, click?
No.
Click, click?
I'm assuming it was a door because I heard something, but I didn't know what it was. Okay. So because I'm not familiar, when you're at home, you hear a door, you know what that door is. Right. You hear the click of a key, you know somebody's home. I didn't know what it was. So I was just like, okay. And he was like, go to the bathroom. Excuse me? Go to the bathroom. Okay. So I get up and go to the bathroom. He runs back into the room and gives me my shoes, my shirt, and was just like, stay here. So I'm like, what is going on? When I tell you this man had a whole relationship.
They always do.
And whoever they were in this relationship with was
niggas
home.
Ain't shit.
Was home and was chilling. I was in that bathroom for at least an hour. Sitting in the bathroom, scared because I'm like, okay, I got my mama car. I don't know where I don't really know where I'm at to tell somebody, you know, this is where I'm at.
But what would have happened if you would have left out?
So for me, I just felt like,
but you got to fight.
Yeah. And back then I wasn't that. Like I was like mild-mannered. I was just kind of like, So I sat in that bathroom and was just kind of like there. And then eventually, I guess the partner left or whatever, and then he came back.
That's strange.
I don't know what, I couldn't hear what was going on. I just knew that they were there. So they came back and was like, all right, what? Because of course at this time I'm dressed. Like I'm ready to go. No, that wasn't. No, that was everything that it shouldn't have been. Mm-hmm. I'm out. Like I'm leaving. No. I gotta go.
And it's just random that they came in for an hour.
It was like an hour. So, like and legit, I was sweating in this bathroom.
Yeah, because you're nervous. You don't know what the fuck is going on. What if he gotta pee?
It was just. I was just like, what in the hell? Like I was in the bathroom, like, what the fuck? What is this? And so, again, I wouldn't even call it a one night stand because we really didn't do much, but it was enough to make me I'm not going. Like I felt like that was kind of the. I don't want to be in situations where I really don't know people, and especially, I don't know. It was a lot of different factors. So it was the middle of the day, so I was just kind of like, to me, this got to be somebody that you wit with. Like anybody, the middle of the day.
Yeah,
I feel like that's daytime. Like your pizzas come over at night. So I maybe in my head thought, right, clearly not, because I was there in the middle of the day. I don't know. It was just a lot, and I was nervous. Okay, because like I said, I didn't know what coming out that bathroom was going to look like, and the thing that kind of blew me was how you tried to make it okay after the fact. Like, okay, we good now. No, sir, I'm good, and I'm leaving. In my mama's car. Because I had her car longer than I told her that I would. Because I was stuck in the bathroom. Sir, thank you, but good night. So yeah. I'm not into it. I'm not really into the whole one night stand thing. And the walk of shame. I don't know. The walk of shame. I have an opinion.
We've grown. Yeah. We don't do those things anymore.
Absolutely not.
But the stories are hilarious.
I mean, I feel like they... Yeah. I'm trying to think of any other ones that I have that were, but there weren't. I feel like a one night stand once it's done, it's done. Like I said, and through my processing, I always feel like
Yeah, I didn't know that you.
You have to.
I didn't know that you thought that damn much, friend.
I have to. I feel like in every situation, it's necessary. You got to think things through to ensure that. You know, you're making the right decision. And if it's the wrong decision, at least you thought about it a little bit. Okay. To determine that it's the wrong decision.
Right. Chile. Yeah, that's a lot of thinking.
So what would you say is the best case, like the best case scenario with a walk of shame? Like, for me, I just feel like the best thing is if nobody sees you.
Yeah,
like,
that's always the case. The best thing is the best case. Well, it technically wouldn't be a walk of shame because there has to be some shame. I mean,
there's self shame.
There's okay.
Because I feel like
the only self shame is, bitch, you still in your club outfit. I mean, you're not really woken up, and now you gotta drive home or whatever, and don't let it be like a fun weekend with your friends, and they like,
where you been at? Right. Well, see, maybe that's it. Maybe the part is that unknowing of who you might bump into. Like, you might bump into your neighbor who know your ass
that nosy bitch.
Know that you was out last night and had, okay. Like, again, it hasn't happened to me, but I feel like you got nosy neighbors. And like you said, if you got friends that know, like if I call you at a certain hour and I know, typically we talk, and the night before I know that some shit went down. I mean, it's a thing. I don't know. I think that's, again, the best case, nobody sees you.
Yeah, no one sees you. It was just a smooth. It was just a smooth exit. It was a smooth exit.
Mm. So one night stands, but do you feel like you've had more one night stands, or have they evolved into like fuck buddies or situationships or even
a little bit of
relationships?
everything.
You had a mixture.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think.
Yeah, because you think too much.
Well, thank you.
You know what yours is going to end up being.
I try to process that shit all the way through. Sure do. But I feel like the ones that have been just that, it has just been that. Yeah. Because I'm just like, because to me, I feel like when you're trying to really, really get to know someone, throwing that element of sex in there too soon, fucks it all up.
Absolutely.
So I'm just like, I mean, I've had situations where people are like, oh yeah, I've been checking for you for a while. Okay, but you never said nothing. And now I'm at the point where I'm not interested in anything but. And if that's the case, then so be it. And if not, keep it moving. Like, I'm not trying to build off of
sex.
No.
It never works out.
I won't say that.
It's hard.
I would say that. I would say it's
all
hard.
pun intended.
Because I feel like some people do. I feel like some people have evolved into relationships and made it happen off of a one night stand. But that's another story for another time.
That is
not my story. Because clearly not my story. So what else you got?
I think that's it for today.
It. So one night stands and the walk of shame.
That was interesting. I learned a few stories from you. Sat in the bathroom for 1 hour.
A whole hour. And got back, and so I got cussed out because I was late. Like, I was late getting my mama her car back. Just being wild. Like, but again, I wasn't real bad. Like, I wasn't bad. I was like, I was trying to figure out what I was doing with my life at that time. And, you know, them Negroes ain't nothing, so he had me locked in a bathroom for an hour. Oh, that couldn't be me today.
Oh my God, you know what we forgot to do? We didn't introduce ourselves.
Because they know who we are.
I hope so.
You told me. What? Go ahead.
No, well, it's too late now. Now we guys gotta sign off. Thank you guys for listening. This is Ramont.
I'm Reese. This was a little R&R, a little sit back, a little one night stand and walk of shame.